Am I the asshole for telling my parents they needed to grow up? For some context, I, 25 male, and my wife, 27 female, are having our first child in December of this year. Both of our families are so stoked. Well, this last weekend we decided we would have our baby shower out where we live. My wife and I moved halfway across the US a couple years ago for my work, which makes seeing my family pretty tough in this economy. So, when we decided to have our baby shower in our hometown, it was a little tough for all the family to make it. When the weekend came, it ended being a couple of our friends and both sets of our parents. Now for the fun. My mom and dad are not huge fans of my wife's parents due to some wedding issues years ago. Not sure why it's still affecting them when they had no skin in that situation. Regardless, they always have been very childish and passive aggressive, maybe a bit arrogant and narcissistic too. Their marriage is also in shambles 24/7 because my dad has cancer and is constantly taking new medications that alter his mood. This isn't anything new. He's been fighting cancer for 11 years now, so him being a different person every 3 months is normal behavior. My mom's entire personality has become making sure she's making him happy and money. My parents do well for themselves, so they tend to be very snobby. My wife's parents, on the other hand, are amazing people. Sometimes can be a bit suffocating, but it's all love. They aren't rich by any means, and they are also not broke. They just prioritize their family. They have 3 daughters and 5 grandbabies over monetary things. I didn't grow up that way, so it's very admirable to me and something I want to incorporate into my life and marriage. Well, during the minute my parents flew in, they seemed to have a wall up, being rude and passive aggressive to everyone, especially my mother in law and father in law. I let it slide and took everything on the chin like I have for many years with them. But at the baby shower, my mother in law ended up chipping in some money to help pay for food when the bill came. My mom had planned the shower and planned to pay for it all. When she saw the bill, when she saw the $200 credit had been paid out of the $1,200 bill, she snapped at my mother in law, saying that wasn't much help but thanks. Which to me comes across so disrespectful and rude. I let it slide because my wife's parents said it was not a big deal. Fast forward to Sunday night. I bought us all tickets to see the new Spider Man. Loved it. We get out of the movie, and my mom asked me, "Can your wife and you meet us for lunch before we leave? But just the two of you." I admit I was already upset about everything else and without hesitation said absolutely not. She then gets angry and storms off to leave without saying bye to anyone. While she was throwing her tantrum, my mother in law saw my mom leaving, didn't know the situation, and went to say goodbye. My mother then slaps her hands away from her and says, "Sit down," as if my mother in law was a dog misbehaving. I snapped and tracked her down in the parking lot. Long story short, I told her that what she did and the way they have been acting was unacceptable. During that conversation, my father walks out and does what he usually does, blames everything on someone else and calls me a liar. He proceeds to get in my face screaming in the parking that how terrible I am for bringing this up. I gave up and told them I needed to walk away before I got mad and said words I didn't mean. They didn't like that. My mom starts screaming and crying while my dad gets more mad. So I left. Like, am I the asshole for removing myself from an abusive situation? Come to find out, they got in a huge fight afterwards, threatening divorce, and they are both in agreement that I did something wrong. I spoke to my therapist, my sister, and my brother, who all reassured me that I did nothing wrong. But I can't help but feel responsible still. I know there isn't more context without how my parents were acting, but if I gave every situation, this would be a never ending read. Let's just say they never have anything nice to say, like people that complain about the food quality at McDonald's.